One of the key sectors anchoring government's economic recovery drive is mining, with a target to produce 3 million metric tons of copper annually by 2031. To achieve this, 10,000 megawatts of electricity will be required to power the mining sector. President Hakainde Hichilema says he wants this to be achieved through an energy mix to attain energy sufficiency. He has tasked stakeholders to produce 1,000 megawatts of electricity from solar projects by the end of the year.
This year, solar alone, we must have 1 gigawatt, 1,000 megawatts. I would like us to sign up to those targets and then work backwards so that in your boardrooms, you don't delay the decisions. That's why we are asking you to share this understanding with the board and your chairs. And if you want answers to certain questions they have, we are available to answer those questions. As we will have questions for you, you should be available to answer the questions.
Speaking at State House during a meeting with members of the Solar Energy Explosion team, which includes banks, pension institutions, energy sector players, President Hichilema urged financial institutions to form consortiums to build the capacity needed to fund large-scale projects.
Can you lower your cost of capital? That will help us also tamper interest rates down. That will help also to reduce the inflation pressure. Because these three things affect each other: interest rates, exchange rates, and indeed inflation. It affects you. It also affects the ability of your customers to meet your repayment obligations, isn't it? So it's in our interest.
President Hichilema also pledged to support ordinary citizens contributing to efforts aimed at resolving the energy deficit. He cited Chideshe Muwanga and his family in Mporokoso district, who have been struggling to sustain the production of 300 kilowatts of electricity from a hydropower plant built using basic materials such as scrap metals.
The President is donating money to Chideshe and his family to support modernizing the power station, making it safe, technically correct, safe, with engineering support from the ministry, so that we can demonstrate that this is not for the upper Mwambas. This conversation, Chair here, Minister, is not for the upper Mwambas. It's for everyone, and it can be able to generate this sort of power.
Mr. Mwanga, who was also part of the meeting at State House, expressed gratitude to President Hichilema for ensuring that ordinary citizens are included in efforts to address the energy crisis.
This hydro power project, it has been abandoned for 4 years until it was last year recognized by the...
Mubanga, for how many years have you been working, your father and yourself, how long have you been working on that project?
Since 2000. Of which it came to be recognized last year by the President.
Meanwhile, Zesco Managing Director Justin Longo announced that the utility has solar projects expected to generate over 500 megawatts of electricity by December this year.
In addition to that, we've come up with an initiative that we are calling greening cities. For example, you take a small town whose consumption is just about 5 megawatts. We go and put a solar plant at 5 megawatts and inject at a particular substation which is in the closest proximity. So far, we've identified 15 towns.
And Energy Minister Makozo Chikote reviewed that the ministry has collaborated with stakeholders to develop a comprehensive roadmap for increasing electricity production through solar projects.
You already guided us as a ministry that first demonstration should start with all public institutions to put up rooftop solars. And this will demonstrate into encouraging even individuals at the household level to start investing in the rooftop solars, which will also lead us into net metering, which will start also providing power in our national grid to release the stress Zesco is going through.